Alright, the preview's on. It's about to start. Okay, now we're going. Alright, thanks.
With the traditions lined up?
Always.
Attaboy. Alright, good. Thank you.
Alright, we'll see you at the end of this game.
Copy that.
Okay, see ya.
Alright.
home of the Edina Hornets. Edina has won 187 state championships. This afternoon, the Hornets, with a record of 8 victories and 1 defeat, play host to the Skippers from Minnetonka, with a record of 6 victories, 2 defeats, and 1 tie. This match is being conducted under the rules of the Lake Conference and the Minnesota State High School League. The conference is proud of its outstanding history and excellence. In keeping with this great tradition, the conference and Edina High School emphasize the practice of good sportsmanship by players, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or gender-related comments directed at officials, players, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the premises. Also, the throwing of any objects onto the pitch is prohibited. Please be a positive contributor at this event. Thank you for your cooperation. Now, here are the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Skippers from Minnetonka. Number 1, Maddie Schultz. Number 3, Hope Durenberger. Number 4, Peyton Mahadi. Number 5, Julia Logush. Number 10, Alex Dietrich. Number 11, Ella Roach. Number 12, Marley Bertandoli. Number 13, Liz Muhlenberger. Number 14, Lissa Muzatani. Number 21, Avron List. And number 23, Claire Carver. The Skippers are coached by Jeff Hopkins, Scott Storley, and Sarah Wheeler. Now for the home team, the Edina Hornets. Number 3, Izzy Engel. Number 4, Wesley Mackmiller. Number 5, Maddie Darlene. Number 6, Lily Hendrickson. Number 7, Haley Reek. Number 13, Emma Brunelt. Number 15, Annika Ekroff. Number 19, Ella Kazmarzinski. Number 20, Dorothy Stocks. Number 21, Ashley Thurp. Number 30, Bayless Flynn. The Hornets are coached by Katie Offit, Jess Rearsgord, Caitlin Kelly, and Meredith Reed. And now, let's play soccer.
Good evening, soccer fans. We are underway here at Edina at Kuhlman Field as the teams in places 1 and 2 in the Lake Conference standings do battle tonight. It is the first place Edina Hornets with a record of 8-1-0 against the second place Minnetonka Skippers at 6-2-1. We are in for a good one here tonight. Hornets on 24 points, Minnetonka on 19, and with just 2 games remaining, that means they can clinch the conference title here tonight at home. Big stakes in this one. Minnetonka needs a win to keep their hopes of the conference title alive. A draw would also give it to the Hornets. Minnetonka with a throw. Ashley Thurk wins it back for the Hornets. Numbers in midfield. A left-footed shot is on target. It's a good first opportunity for Lisa Mizutani. But Bayless Flynn, the goalkeeper for the Hornets, she's up to the task. The sophomore is in goal tonight for Edina. And that one will run out of play. Dorothy Stotts with the throw. Frommelt in possession. That one makes its way through. They try to send Deline up this left side. We know she's dangerous from here. Maddie Deline around the defender to the goal line. And I believe a goal kick. Looks like she maybe tried to play that off as a corner. But the goal kick is given. Number 1, Maddie Schultz is in goal tonight for Minnetonka. She's also a sophomore, so a couple sophomores in between the sticks for each team, as that one's just put out of play. Throw in here for Minnetonka, and they'll get another one. That's Ella Roach there, taking the throw. And Mizutani heads out of play. That one's over the head of Engel. And now a good turn for the Skippers. And it just runs out of play. Edina looks to go up this right side, but the Skippers have it. Stott steps to win it, but it's given right back. There's Mizutani. She plays into the middle. And Eckroth will send it out, at least momentarily. Last time we saw the Hornets, they beat Buffalo 6-0 on this field last Tuesday night. And in the previous meeting this season, it was the Hornets 3-0 over the Skippers. That was back on September 14th. So Edina won by 3 goals last time these two played. However, both teams are in the top 10, according to the MN Soccer Hub rankings coming into today. More on that in a moment. It's Deline. She hits the overlap. Here's Haley Reek. Reek taking her time. Cuts onto her right foot into the box. Shot is blocked, and it's cleared. Hornets with a good chance, but now Minnetonka trying to get away. That was Claire Carver for the Skippers, one-on-one. Dealt with by the Hornet defense. Now a good turn for the Skipper toward the back post. Oh, just couldn't quite get the foot on it. It was a dangerous ball put in there by Liv Muehlberg, one of the captains for this Skipper squad. And a good chance at both ends. Here's Eckroth. She tries to send one up the touchline and does a good job. Schultz has it for the Skippers. There's Mac Miller with the touch for the Hornets. And there's Reek. Reek is dispossessed. And Minnetonka with a chance to send some numbers forward. That ball's cut out nicely. Now Engel. Easy Engel. She'll go back to Hendrickson. Cut out of play. Throwing for the Hornets. Everyone standing on that far sideline on the Minnetonka bench. They look to cheer their teammates on and perhaps inject some extra energy from the bench. They know this is a must-win game if they want to win the conference. And they have a chance here up the left wing. Trying to slip one through. It's defended well, but it will be a throw. Loops the ball toward the back post. Trying to just shepherd it out of play, and they will. It's good defending there. And Flynn will take the goal kick. Flynn boots it away. Eckroth gets ahead to it. And there's Frommelt looking to win it back. Eckroth through the center. Deline chases after it. She runs under it. Maddie Deline. Tried to take on about 4 defenders. There's Mac Miller getting in there for the Hornets. Good turn by Engel. And here's a chance for the Skippers. Maybe a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Past the defender, in on goal, saved by Flynn, and she corrals the rebound.
Edina Flynn with the save.
We get a look at the replay here. Good save by Flynn. It was at her, but a little bit above her head. She popped it up in the air and then was able to get to the rebound first before the attacker could find it. Good piece of defending there. Is this game a little more open than the first game of our doubleheader? That game, the first half was very tightly contested, not a lot of chances. Hornets did end up pulling it out, though, 2-0 in the second half. This game's off to a bit of a quicker start, though. As a few good chances for both teams, less than 10 minutes in. Hornets have a free kick here. From a long ways out, Eckroth to send it toward the box. It's flicked around. And Minnetonka will get away. Engel pressuring the ball. Carver chasing after it for the Skippers. And it will be a throw. Perhaps handball, and they will call it. That hit off the hand there of Claire Carver. Kashmerzinski to clear for the Hornets. And that one's over the top for Carver to chase. Flynn on it again. And Flynn will roll it out. Here's Stotts. Pass was toward Haley Reek, but it's cut out. Now Stotts with a throw. Ball still in play. Deline all over the defender there. It's another Edina throw. Dorothy Stotts She spots Deline. Deline with a chance to run onto it, but it's slashed clear. And good defending there by Ella Kashmerzinski. She wins her team a throw. Dorothy Stott's busy on this left flank with a few throw-ins here. Deline's touch takes her inside. Here comes Maddie Deline taking on defender. She cuts onto her right foot. Deline slips it out. It's Mac Miller crossing toward the back post. Now it's Reek arriving. Reek gets a left-footed ball away, and it's claimed nicely there by Maddie Schultz. It needed to be as well because Wesley Mac Miller was racing toward that back post. Good header by Eckroth. Now Frommel to turn. Frommel past the defender. She has Deline ahead of her. Now Frommel onto her right. She passes into Deline. Deline sizes up her defender. Quick shot, right foot. Oh, a goal! Maddie Deline does it again. A fabulous strike from 25 yards out, and the Hornets take a 1-0 lead.
Scoring for Edina, number 5, Maddie Darlene.
Maddie Darlene, what a player. We've seen her do it with her pace. There it was the agility, as well as she just took a quick move onto her right foot, got just a little space, and then the cannon of her right foot, as that's in on goal as well. Flynn with it. Some good energy in the stadium here tonight. It's Darlene with the opener. She has been unstoppable at times for this Hornet team, coming off the hat trick in the last game. And she gets the scoring started here tonight. Here's Mac Miller. That ball's going to find Darlene again. Darlene running at the defense. She's around one, and it's last-ditch defending, but it's another corner.
Corner kick, Edina.
Hornets gather on the area. We saw them do this last week for a lot of their set pieces. And now they disperse as they take the corner. There was one step over in there. Then the second player threw, took a shot. Was defended pretty easily, though. And now Minnetonka will look to get out from the back. Unable to do so at the moment, though. Here's Haley Reek. She has Deline running in front of her. Reek in plenty of space on her own. Reek slips it through Deline. A little heavy, and it's a goal kick. Minnetonka is really going to have to tighten up that right flank, though. They have two very quick players attacking them up the left side, and Haley Reek and Maddie Deline. And if they leave gaps like that again, the Hornets might just make them pay for it. They already did once. Here's Stotts, always solid at left back. Mentioned earlier, both these teams in the top 10 in the current rankings on MN Soccer Hub. Edina is ranked number 3 in the state, and Minnetonka number 8. This is, of course, in Class AA. So 2 of the best teams in the state here tonight, and 1 and 2 in the Lake Conference, arguably the best conference in the state. As Wyzetta also is in the top 10, a third team out of the Lake. Frommel gets in the way of that. Deline keeps it in play. It's back to Stotts. There's Kashmerzinski. And Minnetonka's on it here. They steal that pass, 2-on-1. What can they do with it? And it's cut back. But Flynn is there. That play started with, it looked like Alyssa Marceau She put some good pressure on there, number 6 for the Skippers. Didn't quite see the number of who was racing through there. And it's a goal kick. Hornets are going to make their first change, and it's 3 new players coming on. Looks like number 2, Emily Kavanaugh, number 8, Gwen Hendrickson, and 16, Ellen Norman. That will be the 3 on. Fromelt,
Entering the match for Edina.
Stotts, and Engel exit.
2, Emily Kavanaugh. Number 8, Gwen Hendrickson. Number 16, Ellen Norman.
So Norman has dropped in to central defense, it looks like. Haley Reek has taken Dorothy Stott's spot there at left back. So Gwen Hendrickson's going to be a little bit higher up the pitch, and it looks like Emily Kavanaugh is taking Izzy Engel's spot out there on the right. Maybe even through the center a little bit. Maddie Deline is the forward up top for the Hornets right now, with Fromelt out. Skippers maybe have a chance here. That's cut out nicely, though, by Ashley Thurk. We've seen Thurk play a lot of minutes lately for this Hornet team, and it's really no secret why. She's been incredibly good just shielding that back line. Really winning the ball back a lot as a midfielder. Skippers with a throw here. Trying to play a 1-2. Ball still in play. And it is a corner. Set piece opportunity for the Skippers here. And all but one player forward near the box. Hornets have everybody back. That one toward the back post. A little bit of a tight angle, though, and that was poked wide there by the Skippers, Julia Logish. Flynn to take the goal kick. So we are already about halfway through this first half. Time is flying. It's been a good contest so far. And Maddie Darlene has the game's only goal. That one's knotted up in the air. Darlene has a chance to run under it. Takes a touch out toward the right. Darlene trying to break away. Onto her left, and a save for Schultz. Maddie is certainly not afraid to go onto that left foot. Didn't quite have as much power behind that shot. But a good effort. That's over the head of Cash Merzinski. Dangerous. And Flynn is in to get it. That's good goalkeeping. As soon as that ball got over the head of 19 Cash Merzinski, that becomes a dangerous scenario as the keeper really has to take control. And the Hornet keeper did well there. There's Mac Miller. She wins the throw for her squad. And right back to her. And that one skids off the head of a Hornet player. And the Skippers are in the throw here. Minnetonka will make a substitution here as well, just past the halfway point of this first half. And that one is sent up the left touch line. It's going to trickle all the way through a goal kick. Minnetonka's had a pretty good response since the opening goal from Darlene.
Entering the match for Minnetonka, number 23.
They've certainly been on the ball quite a bit.
Carver.
As Claire Carver returns for the skipper. She was on the bench only briefly. Here's Thurk. And Cash Brzezinski with Carver chasing. Here's Darlene. She tries to turn onto her left. And here she goes again. Maddie Darlene running up the left side. Can anyone stop her? There's some contact. Referee waves it off. And it's a throw. I like that from the referee. Didn't look like anything too physical there. Both players hit the turf, to be fair. Just good, strong play on both ends. Here's Norman. Out from under Darlene's feet. Eckroth battles forward, and now the skippers look to start something. They send one long up the center. But it's past Carver, past everybody, except the keeper. Here's Kavanaugh. Wesley Mackmiller on it. Oh, that's closed down really well by Ashley Thurk. And Thurk's fouled. This one's sent long up that right side. It is controlled by the Hornets. And a left-footed effort. He's corralled by Schultz. Schultz sends it away. That one skids off the head of a Hornet to the back line. Here's Ellen Norman. A little bit ahead of Reek, but Reek does well to keep it in. Here's Darlene. Reek closes down well there for Eckroth. Eckroth tries to pick out Mac Miller on the far side. And referee says that one took a touch, so it is going to be an Edina throw. Here's Hendrickson. Skippers with a throw. As Fromelt and Engel appear to be coming back in the game for Edina at the next available stoppage. Certainly fresh legs are a consideration for this Edina team as they have a game coming up on Thursday. They'll be taking on Hopkins in the regular season finale. But again, if this result holds here right now, the Hornets would win the Lake Conference. In fact, even a draw would be good enough to win the conference. They just have to prevent a Minnetonka win. Although I'm sure the Hornets have much bigger aspirations. Here's Reek on the ball. She sends one across with her right. Mac Miller hits Hendrickson on the overlap. Hendrickson drills one into the middle. And it's corralled by Schultz. Cash Brzezinski. And that's put into touch. Throw in. And the subs will come here. Minnetonka is going to make one as well.
13, Emma Frommel.
So Maddie Darlene goes to the bench, the goal scorer for the Hornets. I'm sure it won't be long. We'll probably see her again in this first half. And Annika Eckroth is out as well. So Frommel back up top.
Entering the match for Minnetonka.
She'll lead the forward line.
Gabby.
This one's floated up toward the back post. Flynn has it. Excuse me, Deline actually did stay in the game. It looks like number 8 may have come out for the Hornets. That is Gwen Hendrickson. So, apologies, Maddie Deline is still in the game. And she's now joined up front by Emma Frommel. Speaking of Frommel, she commits a foul there, and the Skippers will have a set piece. This from about 40 yards out. Chance to put a ball in the box for the Skippers. It's dangerous, but Flynn sees it go out of play. It was just a little too far out ahead of the attackers there, and Flynn was able to watch it harmlessly go out of play. Excuse me. Mac Miller closing down well for the Hornets. Cut out nicely there by Kavanaugh. And Kavanaugh sends Mac Miller up the right. Kavanaugh back on it, now Mac Miller. They go back to Hendrickson. Hendrickson on all fours. Engel drops deep to win that. And, ooh, a foul called there. Didn't see much contact. Just kind of looked like two players going hard after the ball, but Deline is called for the foul. Now Frommel, she does well to control there. And now it's Reek. Haley Reek inside for Engel. Oh, does really well to find Darlene. Maddie Darlene just a little too far out of her feet. And Minnetonka pounces and clears. That was some really good passing, though, up the left for the Hornets. Finding some narrow gaps, and referee's going to have them retake this throw. Sending Ellen Norman back a little bit. I think that's the second time the ref has made the Hornets retake a throw-in. Oh, Deline tries to dummy her defender a little. Looked like she purposely let the ball go over her head. Now Reek, Frommelt. And Mac Miller couldn't quite pull the trigger. She tried to get it back to Frommelt, I think. Edina putting on some pressure in the last probably 4 or 5 minutes, as we're down under 10 in the first half, just flying by. Some good dribbling here for Minnetonka. And the Skippers tried to take that throw in quickly. However, the bench had other ideas as they had a sub coming in. Hornets will get a chance to reset at least a little bit. And now a throw for the Skippers. That was an important interception for Minnetonka.
Entering the match for Minnetonka.
A lot of space in midfield, if not.
Emma Hansen.
Annika Eckroth is now prepared to come back in for the Hornets. Not yet, though. This is going to be a skipper throw. That header skids away. Here's Reek. And now Deline. She takes a touch inside. Now pass on to the right. Kavanaugh. Back to Hendrickson. Here's Mac Miller. Mac Miller back to Hendrickson. And that ball over the top will run all the way to the keeper, Schultz. Schultz sends it long. Minnetonka on a good turn there. Just not quite enough pace on the ball, though Claire Carver almost won it back. Here's Frommelt. She turns back straight into a Minnetonka defender. Hornets are looking to close quickly on the ball here. They'll concede the throw. To the end line. It's in the air. Offside is the call. Offside. I didn't know if they were maybe going to say that ball went out of play. It looked like, from our perspective, if anything, it probably got out of play, but either way, Flynn will boot it. Eckroth is back in the game. She replaced Emily Kavanaugh. Cash Brzezinski with some good defending. And here's Thurk. She does well. Gets rid of it to her classmate, Izzy Engel. And now Eckroth sends it long. Frommelt chasing after it. And that ball pins around for a little bit. It's going to be a throw-in. Here's Carver chasing after it. She'll get a throw-in for her team. Good touch inside. And a foul. Handball is the call. 6 minutes left in this first half. Edina still maintaining that 1-goal lead. Hornets have a throw. Hendrickson will take it. She finds feet. Now back to Hendrickson. Tried to put it into Eckroth. And it's last off Eckroth. It's going to be a throw for the Skippers. That one up the middle. And that's cleared to Norman. Now Thurk on it. As the Hornets look to build something. Reek finds Deline, and Deline has plenty of room to run. She splits a couple defenders now on her right. Tries to slip through for Engel. She has it back onto her left. Lays it off for Reek. Can Reek keep it? No, I don't think so. Nope, that one was out of play. Looked like Haley Reek was maybe just a little flat-footed there. Deline sent her a little wide. And it's a throw-in for Minnetonka. That skims off ahead. Thurk does well to win her team a throw. And Thurk wins it back again. Norman up the touchline. It's Darlene. She's inside. She'll turn on to her right. Ellen Norman. Haley Reek. Reek tries to find Frommelt. And Frommelt with some strong dribbling. Referee says the ball's out of play, but the Hornets are attacking on. And it's put in the net. Now, I don't think this is going to count. It doesn't. It does not count. Now, what happened here is the linesman here on the near sideline, he was pointing out for a good probably 15 seconds before the goal was scored that ball was out of play. And I'd have to concur. I mean, we don't have a perfect line of sight up the near touchline. It did look like the ball was out of play as Frommelt was dribbling. And the near linesman was waving his flag the whole time. So he was making it very clear that he had ruled the ball out of play. The referee did not see it, though. So that's why the play was allowed to continue. And then it became a Minnetonka throw. So some jubilation on behalf of not only the team but the spectators here at Coolman Field. However, referee was pretty clear that ball was out of play. So we carry on as we get a very big wind gust here. I was wondering because that last free kick from the Hornets, I mean, it like practically died in midair with the wind. I mean, it was just a big gust that just blew through the stadium here. Edina has a corner. And it's Darlene on her right. That takes a deflection. They can't pull the trigger on it. And, in fact, the tent actually here on the near sideline was shaking a lot. It looked like the athletic trainers down there are holding it up almost. So a big, big wind gust felt here at Coolman Field. Could even feel the press box shake just a little bit. Don't worry, we're okay up here. But yeah, the breeze has definitely picked up here in the last couple minutes. We can see the American flag at the south end of this stadium really whipping at the moment. Some items even rolling away on the near sideline. Looks like maybe some tape. Some athletic tape getting away from the trainers. So, and the corner flag blew over as well. I mean, we're going to have to batten it down here at halftime, which is now only 90 seconds away after all this babbling about wind gusts. Frommelt on the ball. Right-footed effort right at Schultz. So now 60 seconds to go in this first half. Oh, good turn there for Engel. She has time to pick out Reek. Haley Reek to Darlene up the left. She's marked by one. Maddie Darlene, 2-0. Every time Darlene is singled up on that right side, she's dangerous. Cuts in on that strong right foot and fires to the near post. She scored a very similar goal just last week. It was the third goal in her hat trick. Tonight it's the second, but there's still a whole half of soccer to be played. Edina 2, Minnetonka 0 on a brace from Maddie Darlene. It is also worth noting the wind we just mentioned. The Hornets have actually been playing into the very strong, what I'd have to say is, I guess, a west-northwest wind. They've been playing into it all first half. They'll have it at their backs in the second half. both literally and figuratively. Edina leads 2-0 at the halftime break. Maddie Darlene with both goals. And the Hornets are 40 minutes away from a Lake Conference championship. We will be back shortly with the second half. It's the Hornets leading the Skippers 2-0.
You know, the difference maker is just the, you know, the personal interest level we take, where it's just more than a job. We really feel, you know, a passion for serving the clients and really taking care of them. I think the loan officer group we have, you know, it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction when you're sitting at the closing table with the clients and you've done a good job for them and they're happy, and you know, you see the joy that you bring their families. Helping be a guide for someone when they're going through what quite typically is the largest single investment, you know, someone's going to make in their life, their home. For that trust they place in us, it's really satisfying to, you know, be able to provide that service. And I think that there's a little bit of a oversimplification of what the mortgage process is really all about, and certainly, you know, the ability to close a transaction quickly and with the least amount of brain damage involved, I can appreciate, but there's a tremendous amount of thought that needs to go into the selection of the product itself, and then to be able to sit down with a experienced professional is extremely important to make sure you're making the right choice. And once, you know, we've come to that conclusion that this does make sense and the customer does want to move forward, certainly being able to fast track it and use all the technology available to get to the closing table as fast and as efficiently as possible.
Second half underway here at Coolman Field. And the Edina Hornets are 40 minutes away from a Lake Conference championship here in 2020. Hornets lead at 2-0 on the strength of 2 first-half goals from their star, Maddie Deline, who unofficially has now 16 goals on the season. 14 coming into this game according to MN Soccer Hub, so add 2 more to that total. 16 would put her right around the top 10 in the state of Minnesota. And I'm sure she'd like to add more to her total here tonight. There's Ellen Norman. She works hard as she'll earn a foul. Free kick for the Hornets. Only one person probably to take that free kick. That's Annika Eckroth. We saw her score a goal, I think, from almost this exact spot on the pitch. Last Tuesday night it would have been. Just an absolute thunderbolt. So, Minnetonka keeper, you better be ready for this one. Oh, it's off the crossbar. Oh, Annika Eckroth almost did it again. She needed like 1 degree less loft on that. Just an absolute thunderbolt off the crossbar. That one's played in. Corner kick. Blocked. Scrambled around. And it squirts past Norman. The help comes, though, as Norman does a good job defending, and Cash Merzinski helps clean up. Here's Mac Miller. She turns, tries to send Darlene up the touch line. And her opposite, number 5, respecting that speed. That's Julia Logish. She puts it out of play. Here's Norman. Finds feet. It's Frommelt. Cross is blocked. Norman heads it back toward the middle. And the Skippers look to go here, but they turn back right into trouble. Annika Eckroth. She sends it into her own bench. Here's Engel. She tries to fight through a challenge, but turns the ball over. She works hard to win it back, though. Good ball into the middle. Norman there, though, just in the nick of time. And here's Izzy Engel with pace. Engel slips it through to Frommelt. Referee's going to play advantage as Engel was taken down. Frommelt up the left wing. Haley Reek. Reek cuts in. Momentum is stopped. It'll be a throw. Throwing toward the feet of Darlene. She turns on to her left. Darlene! Another hat trick. She's an absolute superstar for the Edina Hornets. And it's almost surely a Lake Conference title for Edina on this Tuesday night.
Scoring for Edina, number 5, Maddie Darlene. Her 3rd goal of the match.
Maddie Darlene, hat tricks in consecutive matches. You're just waiting for something good to happen anytime she gets a foot on the ball, as Minnetonka has a free kick in a dangerous spot here. Darlene just hammered that one with her right foot to the near post. I mean, that is just special. This one's floated up, and Flynn claims it. So unofficially 17 goals on the season for Maddie Darlene. We've seen 6 of them here in the last 2 games. And Cash Merzinski, she'll send it back to Flynn. This is the last home game of the season for Edina. Here's Minnetonka with a chance. They try to roll it into the middle, but who's there other than Ashley Thurk? Barring anything unexpected, Edina will sweep Minnetonka this season. They split with Wyzetta, won one and lost one. And so far, they've defeated everybody else in the Lake Conference. They'll have a chance to pull a double over Hopkins. They'll play Hopkins at 7:15 on Thursday night in the final game of the regular season. But this one is far from over. Still 34 minutes to go. Minnetonka could still make it interesting. They have had some good chances in this game. Looks like the referee may have, no, he's giving a throw. Ellen Norman will take this throw. Or excuse me, that's Lily Hendrickson, number 6. That's cut out nicely by the skippers. And that Hendrickson stopped it with her torso about 3 times in a row. And there's Cash Merzinski. Thurk, a bit of a loose touch. And there's another one. That ball just looked like it absolutely died going into the wind. As there is still a very strong breeze blowing almost straight left to right across the pitch here. It's going to be very hard for Minnetonka to play any long balls or anything like that here in the second half with this wind. We've just seen it balloon so many of these well-hidden high passes. And that's a great turn. Here's Mac Miller into Darlene. Oh, and that one is saved by Schultz. She didn't get as much power on that one. So that's a little bit of a confidence booster for Schultz. Hendrickson. Up for the header and back to Schultz. Good goalkeeping there by Flynn. Not letting Carver get anywhere near it. It's good, strong goalkeeping from the sophomore. And Aline dips the shoulder. Looks to turn. Cut out well by Lily Hendrickson. Mac Miller to Frommelt. Here's Eckroth. Is she going to pull the trigger? Nope. Frommelt to Mac Miller. Mac Miller turns, and it's a throw. Crossed by Mac Miller. It's 4. Cross is spilled into a dangerous area. And it's tapped in for 4-0. I think it might have been Izzy Engel, number 3, arriving to tap it in. And Minnetonka has a little bit of a huddle there. Changes for the Hornets, 3, 4, and 5 all coming out of the game. Yeah, that's Engel, Mackmiller, and Darlene, the main attackers. Okay, now 3 Kavanaugh, or Engel, excuse me, is coming back on. So we await an announcement. Perhaps who the official goal scorer was. I think it might have been Engel. Coming in on that back post. Either way, the Hornets lead it 4-0. 30 minutes to go in this one. Now it's off the head of Hendrickson. Good step by Thurk. Thurk into some space. Oh, that's a tough challenge there, and the referee's going to stop here and give a yellow card. Yeah, that was a tough challenge from behind by Liv Muehlberg. She gets a yellow card, and she'll have to sit down for at least a little bit here. There's Ekroth. She goes for goal again, and that one's wide. Throw in coming for the Hornets here. They lead it 4-0. 3 goals in, I believe, just over 10 minutes of game time. They scored their second late in the first half, probably with about a minute or so remaining, and then got 2 in about the first 10 minutes of the second half. So that's 3 goals in roughly 10 minutes. And that extends it from a 1 to a 4-goal lead very quickly. 2 subs are going to come in here for the Hornets. Abby Jordan and Ellen Norman. I believe they could, well, no, this is a free kick. Thought it might have been a throw, which would allow the subs to enter, but it's a free kick. And that right-footed shot is a goal in the lacrosse net.
Entering the match for Minnetonka, number 7.
Well wide of the soccer goal, though.
Entering the match for Edina, number 9, Abby Jordan. Number 16, Ellen Norman.
So Haley Reek and Dorothy Stotts on the bench. Don't know if we'll see these starters again for the Hornets. Again, they have a 4-goal lead and just 1 day off. They'll be playing in about 48 hours over in Hopkins on Thursday night, regular season finale. So I'm sure the coaching staff would like to have an opportunity to rotate some regulars and keep some fresh legs for Thursday, especially when this team has not played in a week. There are plenty of fresh legs out there on the bench, I'm sure. So we'll see how deep the Hornets go with that bench. They can do that because they're up by 4. Hornets lead at 4-0 on a hat trick from Maddie Darlene. And then a fourth goal that I believe was Izzy Engel, although I don't think we ever got confirmation of that. It was kind of scored out of a goal mouth scramble. Either way, though, another very strong performance for the Hornets here tonight. In fact, this Edina team seems to really be hitting its stride right about now. I mean, they've scored multiple goals in just about every game they've played, but this is just the second time they've scored 4, and it's the second game in a row. They put 6 past Buffalo last Tuesday night, now 4 tonight against Minnetonka. Before that, there were a lot of 2s and 3s, so it's been consistent with this Hornet attack. I mean, they've scored multiple goals in every game, but 6 in the last game, now 4 tonight. They're really heating up at the right time. Oh, that's a great ball up the right side. Ellen Norman onto it. She gets it with her right foot, put out of play. Norman goes short with a throw-in. Hendrickson, excuse me. Getting my 1 and 16 mixed up a little bit. Here's Hendrickson over to Thurk. The referee's going to pull it back. There was a foul there on Hendrickson. He let it go for a moment, but no real advantage came of it. So he'll pull it back, and Eckroth will stand over it. She takes it quickly. Tries to pick out Norman. Up the right side, goal kick. Eckroth. It's cut out well by the Tonka defense. Tries to pick out Frommel. Good touch for Frommel. Can't get past the second defender, though. That's looped out to the right. Lily Hendrickson. Now Ashley Thurk with pressure. Thurk sprays the ball out wide to run onto, but Schultz, the keeper, has it. Foul on the Hornets. Skippers will send one forward here toward the penalty area. Defended well on that left side. And a mass substitution coming for Minnetonka as they'll bring on 5 new players. I'm sure Minnetonka probably has a game on Thursday as well. Didn't check the schedule to see who that would be, but maybe a case of the coaching staff for Minnetonka wanting to preserve some fresh legs. Second in the conference, still very attainable for them. I believe they were either 2 or 3 points ahead of Wayzata coming into tonight. Again, coming into tonight, Edina was on 24 points, and Minnetonka was on 19 with just 2 to go. That meant anything other than a Minnetonka win would clinch the Lake Conference for Edina, and they are well on their way to getting that win that will extend the lead at the top to 8 points. 9 wins from 10 for the Hornets. Still work to be done, though. About half of this second half to play. But 4 goals would be a major, major deficit to overcome at this stage. There's Thurk stepping to it. She does well to turn. And now Engel. Out of play for a skipper throw. Another throw for Minnetonka. Controlled by Norman. Here's Eckroth. That will run out the end line. Hornets have a throw here. It's Hendrickson to Thurk. Hendrickson up the line, trying to find Fromelt. And Fromelt did get the last touch. Skippers make a sub. It's Gabby Ryan, one of the few first years on this Minnetonka roster. She replaces the senior Alex Dittrich. There's Eckroth going for goal. That slice is just wide. Never really troubling the keeper too much. And it's going to be 3 subs for the Hornets. Looks like 2, 8, and 18. Emily Kavanaugh, Gwen Hendrickson, and Abby Manhard coming in.
Number 2, Emily Kavanaugh. Number 8, Gwen Hendrickson. Number 18, Abby Manhard.
So Ashley Thurk is one of the Edina Hornets taking a seat on the bench for the first time tonight. Thurk has played really well yet again in that holding midfield spot ahead of her back line. Just really shielding that back line from any real trouble tonight. Here's Hendrickson. She'll just chip it out of play. Flynn comes for it. She then retreats into her goal. Skippers put it in the middle. It's blocked and cleared. Good hold-up play, but a really strong challenge by the Skippers, and now Kavanaugh tries to come away with it. Still not totally clear yet. Cross. Good chance. Oh, and a great save by Flynn as she races out to deny the skipper there. That was Maggie Ravine. And that gets a robust applause from the Edina faithful. It's going to be a corner now. But that was some really good play for the Skippers. It was Alyssa Marceau up the right wing who put in a really good ball. It was a really good run for Maggie Ravine for the Skippers, but Flynn didn't sit idle in her goal. She came out to contest and was able to make the save. If she stays in her goal there, that really allows the offensive player, Ravine, the chance to either pick what side she wants to go, for right or left, but she comes out, closes down the angle, and in the end, there was no angle. Good aggressive goalkeeping from Bayless Flynn. It's a good ball up the right side, but Flynn comes and gets again. More applause. This crowd appreciates some good goalkeeping. And Flynn might get another chance here, although that one's out on the right wing. And last touch there is off the Skippers. Hornets running into space here. That's a good ball out wide, but it just runs out of play. "14 minutes to go in this one. Minnetonka plays a good one too. They surrender possession and get it right back. That's a good ball into the middle. Laid off. Here's Marceau. She drops it back. They try to slip it back through for Marceau. And that's a pretty big shove. Yeah, the referee is going to blow there with no advantage. Eckroth sends it deep. That's over everyone's head. Ellen Norman trying to get onto it. I think it might have been out the end line, but linesman sees it going straight to the keeper. Just keeps the ball in play. 13 minutes to go. Marceau and Eckroth battle for it. Eckroth comes away. And now Norman. She dips the shoulder, tries to cut inside. It's back to Hendrickson. Right-footed cross into the box. And Maddie Schultz comes up with it. She distributes it quickly. But not able to do anything with it with her back to goal there. It's good defending by the Hornets. That takes a deflection. Oh, goes flying into that challenge. And wow, a foul is given. So Abby Jordan draws the foul, and this is a dangerous spot. Does Eckroth want to maybe hit one here? Eckroth looks over to the bench, and it looks like she got the go-ahead from the coach. Maybe she's going to try to send another one toward goal here. She will. That one's over the bar. Couldn't quite keep the shot down. We know Eckroth can hit them. She hit the crossbar earlier. She's taken a couple of others that have come pretty close to the goal. But I don't know if she'll ever beat the goal she scored here last Tuesday night. As Minnetonka looks to break here. It's in the corner. Couple green shirts over there. They'll win a throw. And the Hornets are going to make a sub here. So Izzy Engel's coming back on the pitch. Emma Frommel is going to come off. Looked like Frommel might have tweaked just a little something there just a moment ago. So she might get some attention here on the near sideline from the training staff. But she was able to run off under her own power, which is a good sign. Hopefully nothing too serious for Frommel. So Engel takes her spot here for the final 10 minutes. It's chested down by the Skippers, and they'll win a throw. It's taken quickly up the near touchline, and here's Marceau. She tries to get inside. Cash Brzezinski clears. That's headed straight in the air. Good pass, and now a good turn. Finds the overlap. Back to goal. Skipper stringing a few passes together here. That's cut out really nicely, though, by Hendrickson, and eventually just kicked out of play. And we're going to get a few subs here for the Skippers, including a goalkeeper change. So I only see one other goalkeeper listed on the roster here for the Skippers. It is a first-year Meg Mann, number 25. So I assume that's who is now in goal for Minnetonka. Can kind of see the kit number, so I think it is Mann in goal. And she's in there for the final 8 minutes of this one. Tries to cut back. That's cleared. Skippers have a throw in an attacking position. That's not something they've had a lot of this evening. Good strong throw, knocked up in the air and cleared. Not all the way clear though. Right-footed shot, and Flynn has it safely. If Edina can hold on to this clean sheet, it will be their 7th in 10 games. 7th time in 10 games that they did not allow any goals. The Hornets have allowed 1 to Eden Prairie in a 2-1 win. They allowed 2 to Wyzetta in the only game that they have lost. And then they allowed 1 to Eden Prairie again. So no team other than Eden Prairie or Wayzata scored on this Edina team this season. Just a total of 4 goals in a little bit under 10 games. Undoubtedly one of the best teams in the state. Here's Hendrickson trying to dribble past her marker. And now Hendrickson kicks it forward. Engel chasing after it. Eckroth up in the air. Ellen Norman, a little bit physical there. Here's Hendrickson. She tries to drill it inside. Pass doesn't find anybody though. Close down quickly. Oh, strong challenge from Norman. Unfortunately, gives it right back though. Hornets have plenty of numbers behind the ball though. And that's a good ball out wide. Here's Ellen Norman. Her pass is cut out. Good clearance, and Norman's not quite able to keep it in. Long ball thumped forward to Chase. There's Flynn, turnover in the middle. Can the Skippers build maybe a chance here? That's cut out. Engel, that ball might have hit the referee, couldn't quite tell. Right-footed effort, and that's wide. Out of play for a goal kick. Just over 4 minutes to play in this one. And Wesley Mac Miller coming in. She will replace, I believe, Ellen Norman.
Number 4, Wesley Mac Miller.
So Mac Miller, number 4, she comes in for the final 4 minutes. She had the cross that led to the 4th goal for the Hornets in this one. Now Mac Miller's in some space. Up that right side, Wesley Mac Miller, good defending. Hendrickson into Mac Miller. Right-footed cross into the area. Another throw-in. Here's Kavanaugh, tries to turn, and the referee will blow for a foul. Great ball up the right side. Can Mac Miller keep it in? She can. Drills across into the middle. Scramble for it. Right-footed effort goes wide. It takes us under 90 seconds to go, as the Hornets are going to get another win here tonight. They will improve to 9-1 this season. 2 goals in the first half, 2 in the second half. A pretty steady performance. Minnetonka had a couple chances early, but really since then, all Edina.
1 minute remaining in the match. 1 minute.
And as we're inside 60 seconds, the Hornets will wrap up the Lake Conference title. They will have one more game here in the regular season. I'm unsure of any specifics for playoffs or state or section tournaments, so I will hold off on saying anything there. But one game left in the regular season, and that will come on Thursday. Back to the keeper, Flynn. She's been really good tonight as well. She's had to make a couple saves. Has been there when called upon. In fact, she made a save early that kept the game at 0-0. Who knows where this game goes from here? Goes from there, I should say, if the Skippers get the opener. But they didn't. Maddie Darlene got a hat trick again, and the Hornets win 4-0. With that, Edina is the 2020 Lake Conference champions with 1 game to go. Thank you for joining us here this evening. Our final score here at Coolman Stadium is the Edina Hornets 4 and the Minnetonka Skippers 0. Again, thank you for joining us. Please have a great rest of your evening.